Bel'Veth is the latest champion to hit the Rift. In the words of Riot Games themselves, she's a nightmarish empress created from the raw material of an entire devoured city, the end of Runeterra itself. But in actual fact, she's basically a flappy voidy stingray on steroids. It's like Master Yi, Vel'Koz, Viego and Aatrox somehow got together and had a baby. Don't picture that though, just kinda go with it. Bel'Veth has a ton of attack speed, so she can really abuse those on-hit build paths. She has very high mix ratios, granting her super versatile itemization. She has loads of mobility, she has CC pre-6, and she also deals lots of consistent AoE damage, especially with those pieces of Void Coral. Bel'Veth can snowball very hard and feel almost unstoppable when she gets too far ahead. She's all about constantly moving and auto-attacking alongside her basic abilities, which does mean naturally though that she's instantly countered by heavy CC. Bel'Veth also relies on dealing damage, so when she's behind, she's fairly easy to beat. There are quite a few different experimental build and rune setups at the moment on this champion due to the large amount of items she can actually build. So we're going to cover the one which we recommend and the one that's most popular so far, which is the AD Bruiser setup. This is going to revolve around Conqueror. She can proc it so quickly and benefit from its damage and healing so much throughout all stages of games. After that, you want to go for Triumph, Legend Alacrity, and finish off with Last Stand. For your secondary runes, go for Sudden Impact for more damage and Treasure Hunter to help you snowball. You want to max your Q first for the damage and the cooldown, followed by your E, and then finishing off with your W. So Bel'Veth can actually build a hell of a lot of different mythic items, but here's our 3 best options for the AD Bruiser setup. Kraken Slayer is definitely one of the highest damage options with Bel'Veth, as you can abuse the true damage very often with your attack speed. Immortal Shieldboat offers a lot more survivability though, and it can really make the difference with that lifeline passive and the lifesteal that it provides. Trinity Force is also a bit of a wildcard though. The movement speed, the stacking AD in fights, and the Spellblade effect can really benefit this champion. Aside from your mythic item and your boots, you want to focus on items like Blade of the Ruined King, Guinsoo's Rageblade, Wit's End, and Death's Dance. Some further damage options include Phantom Dancer, more of Mortius, and Titanic Hydra. Don't forget about those situational items too though. Guardian Angel, Spirit Visage, and Mortal Reminder can all be crucial in certain games. Now when it comes to easy matchups, you can really bully those champions that cannot deal with your high mobility with your Q and your constant DPS. You should play aggressively in these matchups, consider invading and looking for jewels to put that enemy jungler behind. If you do manage to do this, you can now live in the enemy jungle and ruin their game by taking all of their camps and ganking the rest of the map in your downtime. Against harder matchups though, you do need to respect them when it comes to 1v1s. These guys are some of the best duelists in the jungle at the moment, and they can just turn on you if you try and play too aggressive. You want to use your W's knock-up and your Q's mobility to escape if they do try and invade you. Plan to counter-gank and play for your team instead of focusing on that jungle 1v1 matchup. So Bel'Veth works best with enabling champions that can make her even better than she already is. These could be champions with lots of CC so that she can go to town on her enemies, or even utility heavy champions that can boost and buff her, making her even more threatening. In early ganks and duels, you want to dash around with your Q and use this to proc and abuse your passive, which grants your next 2 attacks more attack speed after using an ability. Time your W's knock up and slow well, and remember that it reduces the cooldown of your Q in the direction of the champion you hit, so it can be yet another way to increase your mobility. Don't forget that your E is a channel, so it keeps you in place, but it grants you damage reduction and healing, dealing more damage the more health they are missing. So ideally, you want to use this towards the end of your duels to benefit most from it. Taking down large monsters and champions gives you permanent bonus attack speed, and Bel'Veth's attack speed doesn't have a cap. So you want to focus on those early ganks, those dragons, and use this to snowball at a very fast pace. Once you do kill a champion or an objective in the early game, make sure to consume that Void Coral. This deals AoE true damage based on missing health and will grant you your true form, which gives you more health, movement speed, attack range, attack speed, and now also you can dash through walls with your Q. If you're in extended fights against multiple enemies, make sure you prioritize collecting that true form and using it to win those fights easier. To clear the jungle effectively on Bel'Veth will require really good use of your Q. Try to remember which directional order you use the dashes in, and this will improve your clear speed significantly. Start with your Q to abuse the passive attack speed, take W second for the AoE damage and knockup, and finish with your E at level 3. On blue side, start on your red buff, head to Krugs, Raptors, Wolves, and then blue and Gromp at the same time to finish. For reverse clear, start blue, Gromp, Wolves, Raptors, red, and then Krugs to finish. During teamfights, your damage potential is absolutely huge. You can really put fear into those backlines with your damage, mobility, and survivability. If you can take down a champion early on into the fight and turn into your true form, you'll feel incredibly powerful. Consuming that Void Coral does a large amount of AoE damage, and then you gain all the benefits of that true form, which make you much harder to shut down. Use the mobility on your Q and the knockup from your W to get stuck into enemy carries and really try and burst them down. Don't forget about the damage reduction on your E, and of course the lifesteal it provides too, as this will help tear down low health enemies, and it will keep you alive too. If you're in the depths of a team fight and you're taking a lot of heat whilst hunting down a specific target, don't be afraid to consume any nearby Void Coral that other enemies might have spawned from their deaths. This is a free ticket to become more godlike, and it will help keep yourself alive too. When you kill minions in your true form, you also make little voidlings spawn and push waves and lanes, but only after taking Barons and Rift Heralds. Make sure you push out those lanes and take down more structures for free when you have this opportunity to do so. Finally, don't forget to just keep on the move. Keep attacking at the speed of light and keep spamming those dashes to make you super hard to take down. Bel'Veth can deal a ton of damage, but she's also extremely hard to get hold of and shut down, so as long as you avoid that CC, you're going to be a nightmare to deal with. Let's finish off this Bel'Veth short guide with a few quick tips. Bel'Veth's E is a channel that slashes and dashes enemies, as we've mentioned already, but what's cool about this ability is it actually fully stacks up your Conqueror or Lethal Tempo if you prefer to take this route. This can be crazy strong in those early duels and fights, so remember this against certain matchups and even consider taking this ability level 2 if you're against aggressive invading junglers. Her E will also get cancelled if you use another ability whilst channeling. This can be both beneficial and detrimental depending on the situation, but important to remember either way. As you get more attack speed, some of your other abilities actually improve too. Your Q cooldown scales with your attack speed and your E deals more attacks based on your attack speed too. Whether it's from your passive, your runes or your itemization, attack speed is a fairly big deal for this champion. Thanks for checking out this short guide on the newest champion Bel'Veth. Good luck and have fun.